to my channel. My name is Tracy and today I'm taking part in the Global Monthly Video Collab Group's video hop. Now this month's theme is green, and green can be just about anything, but when I first heard of the theme, I straight away thought tropical. I also thought sprinkles because it was something that I haven't used a lot of. I love these little things. I think they're so bright and vibrant, and I knew that we had the Granny Apple Green in here. Now green is not my favourite colour, I will admit, but Granny Apple Green is my favourite green, so I'm really excited to be bringing this card to you. Now the other demonstrators in the hop will have some amazing cards and projects for you as well, so please go to the bottom in my description and follow the other ladies as well. You'll have heaps and heaps of inspiration, and it's just a really great fun hop to be part of. Now if you haven't hit subscribe yet and you're not a subscriber to me, please do. I'm on my way. I have a goal for the end of the year to reach 1,000 subscribers. I've just gone over 400 and I'm so excited with that achievement. But if you would like to be part of my achievement of getting to 1,000 by the end of the year, please join in and just hit that subscribe. Hit that bell on the side as well, and you'll be notified of all my new videos. So this is a bit of a fun fold card. Opens up. Oh, can't really see. I've zoomed in quite a bit. So a bit of a fun fold card for you today, using some really great products that are new in the mini catalogue. So let's bring some of the products in and I'll show you. So like I said before, we've got the gorgeous sprinkles. I'm using the Timeless Tropical Bundle that's in the mini catalogue. So we're using the palm tree here and the sentiment, our friendship is timeless. Also using the coordinating dies. So these are a bundle item. You can purchase the two together using one item code. You save yourself 10%, and it's celebration time at the moment, so it's the perfect time to place an order. Get yourself some free product. If you need more information, let me know. I also have the Stitched So Sweetly dies. We're using the largest and the second largest in the scallop rectangle. And I have the rectangle stitched dies as well. This is the third smallest in this set. Inks are Memento and Old Olive, and I'm also using a Stampin' blend. This is Granny Apple Green, and it's the dark Granny Apple Green. Stampin' blends are alcohol markers. These are really great to use, especially for the technique I'm using today. We are using the Whisper White Crinkled Seam Binding Ribbon, this one here, and we're using the blends to colour that in to create a gorgeous Granny Apple Green ribbon. So I'm going to get straight into it. I have all my kit here ready to go. You can find all the measurements and supplies over my blog. There is a link to that blog post in the description if you're interested in finding out more information. There's also a few more photos and a bit more information. So we have a Granny Apple Green card base, and I'm just going to, I've scored it in half. I'm going to fold and burnish, but we're going to do a little bit of cutting off on one side. So the top flat we're going to cut off. So let's bring the paper trimmer in. This is the one we're going to cut off, and I'm actually going to cut off at 1.5 inches here. So let's line it up to 1.5 inches and just trim that one straight off. Then I'm going to turn it the other way because I want 1.5 inches from this fold line as well. So let's line up 1.5 inches and chop that off. Now this can be used in another card, so don't waste that. Pop that in your scrap bin and it's perfect. So what this creates is the top and bottom of our front of our card base. Pop that to the side. What I want to do is I want to work on the Fluid 100 watercolor paper with the sprinkles first. This does take a little bit to dry, so we can actually go and die cut and do a few other things while we're waiting for this to dry. Now anything that I use with water, I use one of these mats that I can just take off my desk when it's ready. And I also have one of these spritzers. Now these are in the catalogue. You can purchase two. Here in Australia they're $5 for two of them as a pack. These are amazing. I have one for water, I have other ones with alcohol and re-inker. I have shimmer paint in a few. These are really cheap and economical, where you can fill them up with lots of different things and just sit them on your desk when needed. So I'm just going to spray my sheet of watercolor paper all the way around. Then I'm going to bring my sprinkles. This is the Green Apple Green one. And what I've done is I've just used some washi tape to cover there's 3 holes there. I've covered up 2 of the holes and just left the one. Let's sprinkle some of that on. Well, you can see the yellow in that to give that nice bright. And I'm going to add a little bit more water there. I'm just going to add a little bit more sprinkles down the side here. Now you can either use a paintbrush or an aqua painter. That would work as well, but I need to just get rid of some of this strong concentration of sprinkles there. I'm going to move that all around a little bit. Now this comes up so nice and vibrant. It's amazing the colours that they have in these pigment powders. So I'm going to just pop that to the side and just let that dry. You can use the heat tool on it, but I find it works a lot better if you just let it dry. Now just as a warning, those pigments are really, really messy. So if you don't like messy crafting, it's probably not your thing, but the vibrancy of the colours are just amazing. I really, really love, and I don't use them enough. So we have some of that Tropical Oasis Designer Series paper. Now these was the first thing I thought of when I heard the theme being green. This is the other side, so we've got flamingos. And I thought this would look really good as a bit of a effect accent there as well. So these are going to be glued to our card front, and it has a nice little matting all the way around. I'm just going to bring the Mono glue in for that. There is a bit of die cutting on here, but I want to wait until that piece that we've just used the sprinkles is dry. So we'll work on a few other things while that's drying. And that really just breaks it down quite a lot. I really like the look of that. I'm going to show you how to colour in the Whisper White ruched ribbon, crinkled ribbon. And we have the blends. Now this works for all the blends. You can change the colours of your ribbons with all the blend colours. I'm going to use the thick marker end, and we're just going to colour that ribbon in. Just really quick, easy. And it's one way of, you know, if you just want to get one roll of ribbon, if you're starting out and you're getting all the blends because you like colouring, this can save you a bit of money as well. I probably should have measured out my ribbon first, but I didn't. It might be enough. Let me see. I'm just going to tie a little bow. Ribbon's still a little bit wet from the blends. They dry pretty quickly, but also good just to wait a few minutes. Okay, so I just need a little bit more coloured. Wasn't too far off. Okay. And there is our ribbon. The sentiment piece is just a strip of Whisper White, and we're going to stamp the sentiment with the Old Olive ink. video probably would have went together a little bit better if I'd actually coloured in with that sprinkles, but I didn't do that earlier, so we just have to wait for it to dry. It won't be too much longer. These two pieces are going to be die cut with the largest and the second largest die here. Now these are gorgeous scalloped rectangles. So let's bring the big shot in, we'll just quickly do that. So the smaller one with the Whisper White and the larger one in Old Olive. So my watercolor piece is pretty dry. Because I just left it over on the side, the water did pool, so it's left these marks. I don't mind, I think that still looks good. We're going to use that rectangle stitched die, this one here, and let's just pop this one through. So the way that's actually die cut, you can't see too much of that pooled colour. So we're right to do a little bit more stamping and then we can pop it all together. With our sprinkle piece, we're going to stamp the palm trees with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm going to make sure there's plenty of ink there. Now with watercolor paper, it does take a minute for ink to transfer down because it is a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to hold it just for a few seconds and then hope that it's actually stamped really well. You could also use your Stamparatus and that will be able to stamp 2 or 3 times if it misses anything. No, but that turned out alright, so that's good. I'm also going to take the inside piece of Whisper White and I'm just going to stamp a palm tree down the bottom as well. So just down there. Now this is going inside our card base and I'm just going to use some Tombow glue keep that stuck down. What is everyone's favourite green in the Stampin' Up colours? I'm really not a green person, but this Granny Apple green is absolutely gorgeous. I love nice bright colours. So there we have the inside. I'm going to pop this one down here so it's going to line up with the bottom of the card base. We're gluing with the Tombow glue our watercolour piece straight down to our Whisper White matting. And because there is water already affected this paper, you're going to have to press down just for a few seconds to make sure that it stays all down properly. I have green ink sprinkles all over my hands. So we're going to pop this one up with the dimensionals. Let's just pop one in each corner and then one in the middle. That should hold it enough. And that's going to go down onto our Old Olive scallop die cut. This is going to create our what holds the whole card front together. There we go. Now there's lots and lots of pop-up on this card. I'm also going to pop up the sentiment, and I just need to pop the sentiment up in the middle. So I'm going to stick 3 dimensionals in the middle there. Let's find so it's even on both sides. Ribbon's going to be placed down with a glue dot in the middle. Glue dots are the perfect adhesive for sticking ribbon down. Get it under that. Is there too much green? I don't think so. But I do need to just chop off some of those tails. It's too long. That's better. So let's line up the bottom of our card. And I'm going to stick dimensionals on the top and bottom of the old olive rectangle. So let's bring some more dimensionals in. You could glue it if you didn't want to have it stuck, popped up. That would work as well. And I'm going to actually stick some on the bottom, so another 3 on the bottom, but I'm not going to take the backings off the bottom ones just yet, okay? You need to get your placement on the top one first before you place the bottom ones. So still making sure it's all lined up. We want it to be even. Lining up. Perfect. And we can take our backings off. And if we have lined up perfectly, if we pop this back down in its right position and just close it, works. So just like that. That's my card for today. I hope you've enjoyed this green card. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you left me a comment. If you haven't hit subscribe, do that as well. And please go over and check out the other blog hops, the other video blog hops that my friends have created for you. There is some wonderful talent in our group, and I hope that you will check them out. If you haven't subscribed to them yet either, do that as well. Okay, until next time, have a wonderful day, and if you're coming back next month, I hope to see you. Okay, bye-bye.